Hello and welcome back to my channel. As promised, I am back with a video on how to make 150 centimeter jute rug feel bigger, because it's a little different from making the smaller ones like I did in the other video. So without wasting any time, let's get into it. So first things first, you want to set your machine to the widest and longest zigzag possible on it, because you want your zigzag to lay as flat as possible. If it's too tight, if you pull on the rug, it will make it not to lie flat. So set it to the longest possible, widest possible zigzag on the machine. You will obviously need the jute rope. This is a 7 or 8 millimeter jute rope, which is 100 meters long. To make 150 centimeter rug, you need 2 of those. And to start off, you have to roll the jute rope around itself into a little circle like that. You do it firmly, as firmly as you can. Next, you're going to secure the little circle with pins so that you can sew it evenly. You see just now how it's done. So you start off by sewing across the little circle that you just made from wrapping the rope around itself. And do it slowly, there's no need to rush. You'll notice that I have shown this in my first video. I'm using the same clips. I just felt like I needed to repeat that just in case some of you are watching for the first time and if they were seeing this part. So you just keep sewing until you feel like it's secure, and you can really feel that it's firm and it's not going to come off. You can remove the pins as you go, and also you can flip it at about 90 degrees so you can also sew across the sewing that you just did. I hope that makes sense, but you pretty much have to make like a cross sign with your sewing, so that you know that that little circle is well sewn and it's secure. Okay, so next is to actually sew the rope and attach it to the little circle and to make the circle bigger, which makes the rug in the end. So you start off slowly, sewing using the zigzag stitch still, making sure that it actually sews and attaches the two ropes together. Otherwise, you have many blank spaces, which contributes to your rug not laying flat. So whenever you miss a stitch, you go back and you sew it, then you sew forward again and continue like that. Whenever you see that you've missed a stitch, you've missed a space, you press your machine for backward movement, it sews back, and you run through that space again to make sure that it's actually sewn. See what I'm doing there? Miss the spot, go back, and sew over it again. That's how you do it. Just in case the joining of the two ropes is not making sense, I just thought I should do like a close-up to show you how the zigzag attaches the left to the right by moving from left to right. Okay, so when your rug is at about 80 centimeters, that's when you need to change the way you're sewing it so that you can help it to continue to lay flat. And I'll show you that just now. So look at what I'm doing there. I sew over a certain point, reverse, sew back over it, go back to the front again, reverse again, and then sew over it again. So I sew over a certain point, reverse it, sewing over it again, and then I go back to the front, reverse again, and then sew over it again. Then I sew as usual. Okay, before we continue, just a reminder that whenever you are out of bobbin thread, you take that opportunity to clean up your bobbin area, because a lot of fluff from the rope kind of collects down there and it jams the machine. So every time you change your bobbin, believe me, there's enough for you to clean out, and it's usually quite a bit. So use the time to just make sure that before you continue, it's clean and it's not jamming up the machine. So I do this method as often as possible. Like after every 20 centimeters maybe, I will sew over the same space like 3 times, so that it kind of reinforces that place to stay flat, you know. So the more I do it, the more my rug stays flat. So you can see in this picture, this rug is a perfect example of what I'm trying to demonstrate. You can see where there's those darker spots. That's where I was doing the repeated sewing method. So that really helped me. That is an unironed rug. It had not been flattened yet. So that shows you how well this thing works. So you just repeat sewing as much as you can until you're done, and use the tape measure to see when your rug reaches the size that you want. If you want a 150 centimeter rug, you measure from the center 75 centimeters. And I don't know if I mentioned in the beginning of the video, the thread that I use for these rugs is normal sewing thread, because upholstery thread tends to be too thick. So I use normal thread and it works very well. It doesn't break or become too weak or anything. So yeah, just a little side note there. And then to finish off, once you're satisfied with the size, that is how you finish off. You sew almost to the end of the rug, of the rope, and you leave just enough to like fold in to make like a loop. So I'm going to demonstrate that, and then you just sew over it a few times to just make sure that it's secure. So there you go. Now I know there's a possibility that I left out something that you would have wanted to know. So if that's the case, please feel free to comment down below, and I'll always get back to you. Let me know if I didn't say something that you wanted to know, or somewhere on this video something wasn't clear enough. I am always willing to clarify things for you. I hope you enjoyed this video and that somehow it's useful to you. If you're new to this channel, please subscribe and like my video. I really appreciate that. Have a nice day, guys. Bye.